In this lesson, we want to create a Civil 3D pipe network. So at the menu bar, click on Pipes, click Create Pipe Network by Layout. Change the network name and rename it to be Storm. We want our network's part list to be Storm Sewer, and change the surface name to FG. You can leave the remaining alignment name, structure label style, and pipe label style field to none. So click OK. So once you click OK, this Layout Tools dialog box will open up, and here you have the option to add structures only, pipes only, or pipes and structures at the same time. So basically, if you add a pipe and structure, you'll add a manhole, and a pipe will be added after that. For now, I want to add structures only. This toggle button here is very important. You always want to add your pipes from upstream to downstream. So we know here that our road grade is falling from this property line down to this corner. So my sewers will also fall that way, and we'll have an outlet over here. So when you start adding your pipes, you always want to add your pipes so that they're flowing downstream. You want to add them from upstream to downstream. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So in this drop down for the structures, we want to add a rectangular junction structure, which is simply a catch basin. I'm going to click on that one, and I'm going to change this to structures only. I'm going to add a catch basin here just by clicking, and here I'm going to add an additional catch basin down here, here. Now we're just randomly adding them, but we can fix that in a bit. I can add one here, and I'm going to hit escape, click pipes. So I've hit escape and I've gotten out of the command, but I can get back into it by clicking on pipes. This time we want to edit the network we've created. We want to edit the storm network. Change this to structures only. Here we want to add a concrete rectangular head wall. Click the smallest one. Let's put a head wall here at the bottom of our 3:1 sloping. Now if you click on that, you'll get this. We can rotate that structure. So generally this is the head wall, and our pipe will connect to that like this, and our rainwater will run out this way. So we are going to rotate our head wall just to be facing that way, because we know existing ground is falling down this direction. So over here, I'm now going to add a few manholes. And the best way you can learn about this is just playing around with it. You can see I'll need to edit that structure style. So we can do that in a minute. So I'm going to hit escape, click on the structure, click edit structure style. I want to, in plan, use fixed scale from part size and click OK. Now I'm going to add some pipes. We'll just assume they're 300mm diameter pipes, and change this to pipes only. Now notice I'm not snapping. I'm not using O-snap. As soon as I hover close to this structure, this sort of glyph appears, and as soon as you see that, I click, and then I move. I'm hovering now. I'm not clicking anything, and I'm not using O-snap. I'm hovering over the manhole, and when that glyph appears, I click. And notice I'm adding the pipes from upstream to downstream. So I'm going to hover over this manhole, click, click, and add one at the head wall. I'm not going to add a pipe back up that direction. I'm going to hit escape now. Now I want to add another pipe. Notice I'm not going from here to here. I'm starting from upstream, the catch basin. Water is going to enter into the catch basin and flow downstream. So I'm going to hit escape. I can click on this catch basin. I'm going to move it close to the curb. You can rotate it like this. Move it. You can take your time and do this slowly to ensure you have the catch basin flush up against the curb. And that's okay. You can move it a little bit west if you want. So I'm going to add 2 pipes now. Notice I'm hovering and I click. So I'm going to click add another pipe, add from upstream to downstream. Hit escape. I'm going to add another pipe from upstream to downstream. So I'm going to click on this structure and rotate it. Now I'm going to grab it here, and I think it's pretty flush with the curb. You can take your time and rotate that structure as you want it. So usually catch basins are flush up against the curb. Not always, but generally. You can move this manhole here if you wish. So it's a very simple pipe network layout. So if you see what's happening here on our grading, we have a high point. Rainwater will flow down here and enter into the catch basin. After this point, rainwater from here will start moving down and enter into these catch basins. After that point, because the way our grading area is graded, I did forget one thing. So we have a low point down here, so I'm going to click structures only, and I'm going to put a catch basin right there. You can move it whatever way you wish, rotate it around. It's going to be in the corner there, close to the bottom of curb. So now I'm going to add another manhole. So notice I'm hovering again at the pipe. I'm going to put the manhole here. Maybe we can move it into the sidewalk. It's not always ideal, but for now. So I don't want to move my manhole up here, because if I add a pipe to this manhole, notice rainwater will enter into the catch basin and flow here. So instead of having a catch basin, I can make this a catch basin manhole. And I can move this head wall slightly. A catch basin manhole is simply a manhole with a grate at the top. Structure. I'm not sure. I don't think I have the style set up here. But for now it's okay. We're going to make this a catch basin manhole. So these are regular manholes. We also have an acute angle here. You can see it's less than 90. That's, as a general rule, you always want to keep greater than 90 between those two pipes. I'll show you what I mean. So we have 93 degrees, so that's okay, because you want to keep that water moving in the pipe. So I'm going to delete that. So I want you to download the AutoCAD file for this lesson and practice creating a storm pipe network. Remember, now it's up to you as the designer to move the manholes wherever you feel they should be. You can have a totally different network layout to my one. You can introduce more catch basin manholes, whatever you like. But generally, as a general rule, keep in mind that we draw our pipe from upstream to downstream, and we try and minimize as much as possible the amount of structures on site. Remember, you need a manhole to, for example, the whole point of a manhole is so you're allowing this pipe to turn around here. But maybe you have a better design. Maybe you feel we can connect this pipe to here and delete these two, that additional manhole structure. It's up to you as the designer. Maybe we could move this structure down here. It's up to you. So usually there's general criteria which are laid out in the municipality standards about the maximum length of sewer, maximum length for catch basin lead. But for now, just remember, you want to minimize your number of structures on site. Draw your pipes in Civil 3D from upstream to downstream, and we don't want acute angles. So for example, never put a catch basin like this, because rainwater would have to enter here, flow down into the pipe, and then turn, and then it would have to turn back around this direction. So you want to avoid that. So maybe you could move your manhole there. It's up to you. But remember, from our grading, this is sort of a high point, so I don't think it would pick up much rainwater there. So download the lesson and try creating a pipe network.